Hey Gemini, sun, moon, but most accurate rising sign. Welcome to the month of September. Big changes are coming up through your chart in this month to do with your children or your lover, romantic stuff, as well as your entrepreneurial life. And a huge amount of shift is going on as well regarding things to do in and from your home. You may also expect this to be a very pivotal time in which things to do with travel or even siblings take on a whole new direction. Let's talk about what this looks like in your chart in great detail through the month ahead. But before we do, hey, if you're new to my channel, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac and whole sign houses. I love the minor asteroids. I'm a junkie for them. If you follow me on YouTube, like by subscribing and hitting that like button, notifications bell, you're going to find out in my 20 to 30 monthly videos, which all science delineations are always done, that I bring in those devils and the details with those asteroids. So check it out. Come join my channel. Second of all, I do a minor promotion on everything every month. This month, what I'm sharing are two simple things. One, come join my Patreon community. It's only $5 a month for the lowest tier, but you get a lot of value. Get a discount code for readings with me, access to me personally and privately in a live Zoom call every month. Plus, I'm promoting like an ethical bribe, trying to lure you guys in. And this is that if you want to join my Patreon community in between August 30th and the end of September, any of those times, you will get access to my 2023 All Signs videos at 60 minutes times 12 for free. It used to be $44. It's still, people buy it still. You also get two classes I'm teaching at the end of August. You don't come for free, but you get the replays for free. And that is the Synastry class, which is all about Are You My Person for relationship astrology. And you also get my Chiron Key to Purpose class. All those two replays, two classes, value $30, $44 value for the other class, basically. You get $70 value for free if you join. If you don't like me, you can quit. You can even be unethical. Just jump in to get the goodies and leave. But give me a try and see if you like the Patreon community. I adore the people there. We have incredible conversations. There's up to 3 meetings a month with me privately in group settings, depending on the tier that you're a part of. Okay, and the last thing I'm promoting, bear with me, healingwithnancylynn.com. The code is so simple. Fall 15 for 15% off a remote distance healing with my gifted miracle healing sister. Got me through COVID, got me through pain in my body, got me through my knee injury. Like literally I couldn't walk and couldn't sleep. And she did this healing on my knee and I was walking. So by the way, I'm not the only one who says that about her. So, but she's doing a special just for you guys. It will sell out. There will not be spots left by the middle of September, if not before then. So if you want a healing for something that's bothering you physically or emotionally even, check her out. She's a gifted healer. Healing with Nancy Lynn. Code is fall 15 for 15% off. And she's already affordable. And the description box below is the details for her website. Now, here we go. Whew. Gemini. I have my progressed sun in Gemini. So I relate to a lot of them I'm about to tell you guys. My Aries sun has now progressed in solar arcs there to Gemini. So first of all, let's go with some of the big stories. Mercury is the lord of your sky, as it is for Virgo. He's your number one top dog planet. He's in charge of you. And Mercury, not since 2016 has Mercury spent 2 months in the sign of Virgo. This time it was July 28th to October the 4th. That long stay means there's a huge amount of weight in your 4th house this year, Gemini. Property, home, land, selling, buying, real estate, contracts, negotiations about property, land, real estate, marketing, messaging, selling, and communicating in and from your home, or just a lot of good conversation going on in your home. And that's been true now, July 28th to October 4th, but he retrograded August 23rd, backwards motion, all right, August 23rd to September 14th in your 4th house. Clearly, retrogrades are not great times to say sign a new lease because probably things are not going to work out the way you expect. But for the general meaning of it, there's a deepening inward directional shift to do with something to do with what you do in your home, how you communicate, or if you're trying to sell a property or buy a property, there's some kind of reassessment of those things going on. And in the month of September, Mercury will be in retrogradation until the 15th. Keep that in mind. That's very important because when he goes direct on the 15th, he's going to jump into motion. And by the time he leaves that part of your sky, October 4th or so, you're going to find that there's been a real shift in direction regarding things to do with your property, home, domestic life, communicating from them. And for some of you, buying, selling, or changing. Like I go back, well, I'm not going to I could use me as an example. I moved into a new home in 2016. When this happened, my progressed sun was still in Gemini. So a lot of you could change your home as a result of this. Keep it in mind. All right. Now, Mercury is going to do a lot of cool stuff, but there's a big reset button here, right? There's a Cazimi, there's a new moon here. We'll be giving you those dates. There's almost like a deep, deep reset. It could be home, homeland, house, property, real estate, childhood resets. Some of you may go home to your place of your childhood during the retrograde. That's where I am. Mercury's retrograde. I went back to the house of my childhood as I record this for you guys during his retrogradation. So you kind of could be pondering even moving back to your home, where if you move to another homeland or changing your homeland. These are big questions. Big answers are coming for you, especially in the 6 months that follow. But some of this is really picking up some clarity, all right, some insight for you, September 15th through to October 4th. Next, we want to talk about the story of Venus. Venus has not spent 4 months ever in your third house. And that's what she's been doing now, early June through to early October. And as she's trundling through your fourth house of Leo and third house Leo, this is a place of siblings. This is a place of cousins. This is a place of travel and trips not too far away, usually domestic travel. This is where you want to teach and learn, skills-based teaching and learning, and this is your online presence and websites. Now, I'll use me as an example because my son is in Gemini, which is my career. Ever since Venus retrograded, which was the 22nd of July, and she finishes retrograding September 4th, my YouTube subscriptions are down. I'm not surprised at all because it works for both my Aquarius rising delineation and my progressed sun. Because Venus is going backwards in the house of my online world platforms and online presence and website and blogging, then I'm going to also experience a change, a slowdown, a change of the prior direction. So everything in the sky is pretty well tick-tock going as expected, if I use me as an example. Where in your life, Gemini, sun, moon, and rising, have you kind of had a backtrack around siblings, cousins, online presence, teaching classes, courses, travel? There you go. I'm also traveling to see a sister. Siblings is the third house. Venus is there, retrograde, traveling back to where my sister lives. So July 22nd to September 4th, this retrograde finally comes to an end. And as September 4th happens, things start to really move forward again. So Venus begins to pick up speed, and until about the 7th of October, she's all systems go. New travel momentum, new momentum around your siblings and cousins, new wonderful forward directionality around things you want to do in the online world, teaching and writing and all of that. So this is very good energy here for you in the month of September. Venus has been deeply, deeply, deeply initiating the third house for you. Everything she's done here is meaningful, right? Since early June, July, August, she leaves here in October. Moving into another narrative, on the very day that Venus goes into her retrograde station direct, September 4th, direct, Jupiter will retrograde. Now, Santa Claus, ho, 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 fairy godfather, Jupiter, Mr. Goodness, is in your 12th house. This is a house of self-undoing. He's been here since the middle of May of 23, and it will be here till the last week of May 2024. So this is really about ashrams, gurus, guides, spirituality, moksha, spiritual liberation at the highest level. But it also can be expansion of foreign lands, prosperity from foreign shores, especially if you use online payment processors like Stripe and all of that. This increases your revenue, or PayPal, through foreigner revenue, foreign generated revenue. And that's been true for me as well. I've experienced a great uptick in my foreign generated client and class revenue as Jupiter entered here in May. If you need to undo an undoing, like you're addicted to something, you have self-sabotaging habits, Jupiter brings in knowledge, guidance, wisdom, and teachers that help you kick the bad thing that you do, okay? Uranus is there for sudden illumination. So this energy of Jupiter retrograding is deep for you. It can be very soulful stuff. Jupiter retrograding September 4th to December 3rd, like really asking you to deepen into, Jupiter's closer to Earth, he's moving slower here, deepen into your spiritual life. Honestly, a moksha, spiritual liberation, the highest level is the 12th house. If at all spiritual liberation is on your list of things to do, then this is going to be a very deep process. that begins on September 4th and continues to early December, of deepening your spiritual wisdom quotient. And sometimes gurus, guides, teachers, and mentors show up to help you in this process. I also see Jupiter transits through the 4th house of going off to ashrams or something. But, Jupiter's retrograde. So any foreign travel you may do, and some of you will travel the friendly skies with Jupiter retrograde, you'll travel the friendly skies to places you've been before. Nothing fresh and new. Okay. From September 4th through to December the 3rd. Did I mention that Mercury goes direct on the 15th? Yes, I did. And as all systems go around rentals and properties. Mars is going to the god of change, of direction, power, willpower, conflict, cutting, ending, and severing, is moving into Libra, which is your 5th house, on August 27th. And he doesn't leave for 6 weeks. So all of September, we've got that Martian energy in the house of children. Now, that's often conflict with your children, especially if you live with them, right? Depends how old they are. So watch for that. Sometimes it's children moving away from home, de-nesting. So maybe some of you experience, off your kid goes to college or something for the first time in the month of September. There's also the potential of, this looking not so great if you're trying to have a baby. Do not try to have a baby with Mars here, because it kind of has a miscarriage signature, just so you know. I mean, just give it time. Wait till Mars is out of there, which is like October, okay? Mars here is also good for entrepreneurs. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. My son has progressed to Gemini. You have a passion, drive, ambition, will, focus around entrepreneurial and creative artistic projects. Because Mars is in Venus's sign where he's in detriment. Things aren't so simple as all that. Mars is kind of tempered here. He's trying to be passionate and driven around equilibrium and harmony, There's an exception to the rule here. September 24th to the 29th, there's a Venus trine to that Mars. And with Mars and Venus's home sign of Libra in your 5th house of entrepreneurship, children, romance, and lovers, and sexuality and creativity, there's a glow up September 24th to the 29th. And things look lovely at that time. But otherwise, things can be challenging at that time as well. I mean, Mars is that sexual passion, and it could just indicate a lot more sexual passion, August 27th on to all the way through until early October in your romantic and sexual life. With the South Node moving through here, however, with Mars, there's a potential for endings in romantic love. Now, I don't mean committed love stories, monogamous, really deeply committed stuff. I mean dating stories or just early arising sexual stories. I wouldn't say that anything could, if you start a new romantic sexual fling or a relationship, yeek, here during this August 27th at 6 weeks transit with a South Node in the 5th house, there's a potential that it doesn't last. So just keep that in mind. Anything else I want to say about Mars moving through the 5th house? I mean, he likes to end, cut, sever. And so just be careful here. Again, conflicts with lovers, conflicts with children could have a huge reverb, more than you imagined. And so just be a little bit more on the ball about making sure that you have your wits about you, not to overdo any arguments that could be arising, even if you're not the one initiating the argument. Okay? Lastly, passion for a creative project, a writing project, especially with Libra Library of Book. You may be really busy writing something or creating something with the word writing involved, or literature, and that can be very intense and passionate during the month of September. I intend to be channeling one of my books, finishing it up. Okay, so moving into the next stories, we're going to talk about 2 moons, but not in any depth. If you want to get deep dives, all signs into the new moon, full moons every month, please subscribe to my channel, because I count asteroids and stars and all kinds of exotic details that you can't get in this monthly overview. But we do have a September 14th new moon in the sign of Virgo with a GEMINI of Mercury there in the 4th house. And this is like, again, this kind of intensity last happened in 2016. That's when I moved out of my marriage house to my own place with my daughter. So it's a big deal energy. You might want to think, because I have a progressed ascendant sun in Gemini. So think about how this might be a replay of 2016 as a new moon at 21 Virgo kicks into gear on September 14th, giving you a 6-month window of fresh new beginnings over 6 months in where you live. New home stories are emerging here. A lot of you will find a brand new home here in the next 6 months or 6 months onward. And looking for the full moon to be the fulfillment of a new home for you. As well, it's at 21 Virgo. So obviously, if you're Gemini, sun, moon, and rising anywhere near, I'll go 17 to 24 Virgo, you're going to really get, Gemini, you're really going to get a lot of juice. And, of course, Mercury is the Lord of your sky, and he will go into the heart of the sun here. We'll be talking about that as well in September, when the chronology happens shortly. And that's another deep, powerful reset around what you do in and from your home or of your home itself. And also, Mercury retrograde until September 15th, I forgot to say, childhood friends or people from your family of origin or where you grew up could be in touch, and you may be reaching out to them, or they're reaching out to you during the first 2 weeks of September. Phone calls, emails, etc., text messages. Let's do the chronological breakdown. Let's go bit by bit, step by step, okay? Okay, so number one, I'm just pausing for a minute. Just give me a sec. Yeah. So number one, we're going to go through September 3rd and 4th and experience some good news or exciting developments for either money, commerce, communication. And that is because of a Mercury in that 4th house trining Jupiter. Now, Jupiter, he's, Santa Claus, and he's flowing to Mercury, and that's from your 12th house. So exciting developments from revenue from foreign lands, information news from foreigners, breakthroughs from spiritual teachers, or enlightenment-y stories, connecting to Mercury in the house of your home. So things that are happening in and from the home, connecting to those 12th house things, flowing and glowing you up in a positive way, September 3rd and September the 4th. September the 6th, we have that cazimi I touched on earlier. Mercury will be in the heart of the sun at 13 Virgo. Clearly, if you have any planets near 13 Virgo or your sun, moon, or rising in Gemini is near 13 degrees, that's going to really be intense for you. It's a deep and powerful reset of your agenda regarding where you live, what you do from home, can involve buying, selling, moving, property, merchandise, home energies in the energetic, literally 6 months that follow because of the new moon here as well. You may have news or information about your home coming off of this too, from your landlord, you're trying to sell it, from your realtor, things like that around September 6th. But there's a deeper meaning to every cazimi. It's like a divine download of inspiration and insight. Aha. You can just tune right in and get some kind of real clarity here. Okay. Like really good energy. And if you want to harness that choo-choo train out there, sign up for my cazimi class. It's free, and I'm going to be doing that every time I do a cazimi class. I love this class, and it's like about an hour long. There's a webinar. It talks about what the stars and asteroids are that are active with it. We also do a guided meditation that helps you tune in, and it's very powerful, and I'm really good at that guided meditation stuff, if I do say so, and you might find it useful. So if you want to get into this free webinar, the link to sign up will be in the description box below. And it's September 6th, but I'll probably do it the day before. September 15th to the 18th. Okay, mixed bag. Am I even looking at you guys? Sorry about the train. I'm in my hometown in Northern Ontario. I can't get the train to stop beeping, obviously, and I'm not going to stop my recording. I've got to keep to my schedule here. So September the 15th to the 18th, you have a trine from the sun to Uranus. This is exciting, positive, unexpected, powerful career purpose developments. It will look like probably something that you're generating from your home or happens in and around your home as it connects to foreigners, foreign lands, foreign shores, or gains some money from those shores. So a nice little up level financially there, but also you may have some kind of quiet secret backroom deal or negotiation that up levels your opportunity for a better home or improves your circumstances in your current home around September the 15th to the 18th. But at the same time, Venus, now direct in Leo, squares Jupiter. Okay. And he's now retrograding in Taurus. Well, something like this. And Jupiter wants to go back to a foreign country you've been to before, or to revise and reassess your spiritual directions in life, or to revise and reassess the way you generate money from foreign shores, because he's retrograding. And Venus is like having this moment here where she's like objecting, squaring, there's tension. Now it's practical. It could be some kind of tension between you and a guide, a spiritual teacher, and your situation with your travel, or a situation. They could even be literally a visa challenge or something, or a travel glitch or something like that around September 15th to the 18th. But Venus is also in the house of siblings and cousins. So these people could be putting a wrench in your monkey wrench in your works around that time, about something you wish to do that smacks of opportunity to do with income from foreigners or foreign travel. And yet there's a domestic level or a local glitch, or even something going on with something you're trying to create online, for example, and it's not jiving with this potential opportunity for enlightenment, travel, or foreign revenue. Keep that in mind. It's a third such time Venus squares Jupiter, and since she moved into Leo, so it's the last time there's this disagreement between Jupiter and Venus, and you just need to make a decision and take some action. That's all. Because more or less, I love the trine that happens at the same time from the Sun in your 4th house to Jupiter in your 12th. Now, also obligations with a neighbor could be jeopardizing a travel opportunity abroad. I'll use me as an example. I'm taking care of my neighbor's dog, and I might get a great travel op 15th to the 18th, and I can't take it because I got the dog in my custody. There's a great example. September 20th to the 22nd, there's a glowy, flowy power up between Sun, which can be purpose and career, and Pluto, power and wealth. And that's happening in a trine, which is opportunity and luck as well. Now, Pluto is finishing a long 2008 onward story of navigating through your 8th house of chunky money, inheritances, tax rebates, money from spousal income and resources, all that shared money, business partner money, passive income, stock investments. Oh my goodness, that's been there since 2008. A lot of turbulence for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and I can attest to that. For my son, Pluto's just about done, right? And by 2025, he's finished with you there. But he's not quite done. He's backtracking at 28 degrees of Capricorn. And what happens is on the 20th to 22nd of September, there's a trine with him to the Sun. Golden financial opportunity involving home, property, real estate, legacy wealth, inheritance monies maybe from family of origin, money coming from land and property, resources financially that allow you to buy land and property. So many good things about it. But at the same time, the Sun is opposite Neptune in the career house. So there's a bit of a moment of having to come to terms with some kind of fantastical illusion or delusion you have about your career and reputation. Saturn is getting you sober-minded and real there anyway. And even though you find that there's some kind of fog that lifts and may feel difficult to face something about the career space, Pluto says, don't worry, I've got you. We got the money here. We're all good. We got the resources here. We're all good. Now, because 8th house is shared money with business and love partners, like long-term partners, their money could buoy you in what looks like a disappointment or dissatisfaction or spell of a bubble bursting regarding career dreams and goals. That is, again, September 20 to 21. On September 24th to the 29th, that Venus sextile Mars glow up is happening. I mentioned it earlier, I think, but because most times I did bring it up, but Venus is moving through your travel house. Mars is moving through your leisure travel house. That looks like leisure travel opportunities coming up September 24 to 29, close to home. At the same time, Mars here could be about those discontents with your children. But Venus is smoothing out the way, and you can have these great, very harmonious and peacemaking conversations with lovers and children. But also this looks very much like a lover's getaway for some of you, September 24 to 29. And if you're an entrepreneur like I am, this is a real sweet glow up on your online presence with your entrepreneurial chutzpah, and things are just super jiving entrepreneurial wise. I'm going to be launching my Sky Reader course around that time, and the 3rd week of September, and that's of course very auspicious time for me to do that anytime between that September 24 to 29 window. Come join me on Sky Reader or check out my description box. On September 29 to 30th, oh my goodness, how long can that train make that sound, guys? On September 20, I don't even need to live near the train, okay? That's what I'm saying. It is so loud. It's not like this house my sister lives in is on a train track. Choo choo. September 29th to the 30th. Two things are happening with Uranus. Venus is squaring Uranus and Mercury is trining Uranus. Let's start with Mercury. Try to go back to your memory to around the 23rd of August when Mars was refraining from trining Mercury. He got close, but not quite. Mercury was refraining from trining Uranus. Yeah, Mercury's okay. So Mercury tried to bring us some surprising, exciting news or developments, shock and awe, but good. And on 23rd of August, but couldn't pull it off. And then he says, well, I'll come back and do it September 29th and 30th. So the refrainment becomes real. And this can be like to do with property, land, legacy wealth, communications in and from the home. And Uranus, the shock and surprise guy from the 12th house of foreign lands, foreign revenue, foreign shores, foreigners, backroom deals and negotiations. A big pop here. Now, if you're into enlightenment, both moksha houses, 4 and 12, mean you're going to have a spiritual enlightenment episode on the 29th to the 30th. If that's what you want, as Mercury, the messenger of the gods, delivers the insight you need to liberate from the matrix. And I don't mean I'm woke, I mean awakening. Now, the other thing about Mercury down here is that communications in and from the home lend itself to bounteous positive surprises that connect to revenue from foreigners, foreign shores, and foreign lands, and maybe even an expansive opportunity for travel to those shores. September 29th to the 30th also is that Venus square Uranus, the third such square since she entered into Leo in June. And this is the last one, and she is moving in direct motion. So this is a final say. Now, Venus is trying to get in touch with the heart-centered values that you have around third house matters, your siblings, travel, your website, your online presence. And that's been something I've been dealing with as a progressed sun in Gemini. What do I really value about astrology and the work I do? And do I want to be an online weather girl or want to go a little deeper? That's my deep code astrology starting next January. It's a longer course. But the thing is that this Venus, who's obsessing with the right value and heart-centered attitude in Leo, is squaring Uranus, the god of that sudden opportunity. So there is also a bit of a values conflict, or maybe a sibling or a cousin who's female in particular, or younger sibling is a little bit glitched out or at odds with whatever this looks like an opportunity for either travel or even moving your home to another country. Whatever this is, maybe there's some tension with a neighbor, a sibling, a cousin around what you're trying to create or the sky is offering you. Middle ground is what I keep saying. Venus has got your back. She wants the best for you. She did a Cazimi here in August on the 13th, but also look at the big picture story because Jupiter is also sitting with Uranus. So it's a positive opportunity, September 29th and 30th. There's maybe a short-term glitch in the execution of the opportunity. That's very short-lived, okay? The Venus Venus square Uranus is really only a couple of days, 3 days at the most, in which you feel this tension, and then it will sort of smooth out. Okay. All right. Thanks for listening. Now I'm going to pull a card. Everybody gets a Dragon Path card because I'm using my sister's Dragon Path cards. Is that just one train just parking its butt and honking? Like the Dragon Path Oracle. Everybody gets a card this time, and it's my sister's card. HealingWithNancyLynn.com. Code is FALL, F-A-L-L, F-A-L-L 15 for 15% off any distance healing with her. You got Platinum 23, Platinum, the Dragon of Platinum. Okay, let's take a look at the meaning. And also, don't forget to join my Patreon community. I'm giving you 3 free gifts. You don't know what they are? It's all in my beginning of my video, and you can read about it in the description box. If you join between now and the end of September, you're getting 3 gifts valued at over $70-something. 1023. I'm just trying to, promote my business. And my Patreon community is a wonderful space where I really connect with you guys deeper. 1023. There we go. That's not it. Almost there. Platinum. Here we go. I am the keeper of secrets, which are as old as the universe itself, and I'm here to impart the ancient knowledge to you, for yourself and for others. This wisdom has been hidden for eons, I love that word, and forgotten by many. Now is the time for these memories to resurface, and for you, Geminis, to acquire many things. These secrets have been hidden in plain view. All you need to do do is to ask to be reconnected to them. This dragon makes you aware of your healing potential, connects you with your abilities to deeply enable the lower vibrations, to connect with your abilities deeply, enabling you to clear lower vibrations from your physical and spiritual body, paving the way for you to become a truly awesome spiritual warrior. Thanks for listening. Check in to my next videos, which are coming out. Subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. I'd love to have you as a part of my online community.